Well, it is great to see you. Hope you're doing well. I'm your American weatherman, Carl Rippy. We've got a lot going on in our weather, so come on in. We'll check this out together. Kind of looking out across the tropics, seeing what's going on over the Caribbean and out into the Atlantic. We've got some fairly quiet weather here at home on One Happy Island, but we are still tracking Kirk that is out in the mid-Atlantic, kind of moving through. And you'll notice that this has kind of a track that's going to take us a little further away as we go forward in time. Now, as far as the distance from Kirk to us, just so you have an idea of what our impact is going to be, it's still at that 1,500 miles, 1,400 miles, depending on what part of the storm we target. It's quite a ways away. Now, since the upper atmosphere is stirred up, we could see a cloud or two that would be associated with this major storm that's about 500 miles across. It's a huge storm, fairly tall also, and it has wind speeds in it that are at 130 miles an hour. That looks to hold on to its Category 4 status for a bit, and then it's going to degrade just a little bit, where our wind speeds aren't going to be as much. The impact to the mid-Atlantic will be less also. Now, just to give you an idea, Category 4 is 130 to 156 miles an hour. That's what makes it a Cat 4. Looking at higher winds for a Category 5, a little lesser winds for a Category 3, which it is forecast to become. Kirk looks like it's going to start to dissipate some as we go forward. Now, with that in mind, looking at its distance from us, the influence is going to be minimal. Now, we do have a disturbance or two that is trying to make its way through. There are other storms that are trying to develop. They're also falling apart. That's going to cause a little bit of a wind here and there, a gust or two. So our wind speeds, they're at that 10, 11, 12, 15 mile an hour mark. We'll get a gust to 20 or so. Now, with these clouds that are trying to build in as we go forward through the weekend, we may have some heavier cloud cover, could even get a sprinkle, but it doesn't look like it's going to be real active. Kind of gives you an idea of what the cloud cover is going to be like. Some of that's going to try to sneak in on us. It'll come in from the mainland. It's going to circulate in from the Caribbean, lots of humidity, and we do have some instability. And that instability is one of the ingredients for a storm, even a thunderstorm, and that's going to be a very slight possibility. The chances are going to be fairly low over the course of the next few days, taking you out through the weekend into Monday also. Wave heights, not too bad, kind of what we're used to. Going to be about standard for us, you know, with those waves being on the beach coming in. It'd be fun to play in. Enjoy that while you can. Temperatures are going to be nice as we get into the evening. Mid-80s, really pleasant. Now, we may fall into the lower 80s. We get into our early morning hours. We'll boost back into the upper 80s, a lower 90 here and there. But for the most part, most of what we'll see as threatening going to be in those low percentages, 20, 30%. There are going to be some heavier clouds. And as you keep your eye on the horizon, you'll kind of be able to tell if we're going to get a storm or not. Temperatures are going to remain in those upper 80s, lower 90s, overnight lows really pleasant for us as we start out in the morning, lower 80s. And that's a quick look at weather on One Happy Island, brought to you by Linky TV and Aruba Native News.